Chairman.
Representing Oyigbo Elementa Federal Constituency. Be done by his man.
What has happened at Concom in Oyigbo local government? Now I say that the incident occurred as a result of neglect and nonchalant attitude of the operational company exploiting oil in our area. I won't keep you so long. I have to say that the people of Oyigbo and Aham area have suffered neglect so seriously that we cannot say what has happened. The reason for that, the oil exploration came into our place here 1945, and I've been here since that time till now. We are sorry to inform you that as of now, both Oyigbo, Aham area, and Ndogi, as a whole, there is no single person in the exploring company share as a staff. And that notwithstanding, in all the areas of operation, the company has major contractors. In this area, there is no major contractor. You have seen the road. The road speaks for itself. The neglect and reject the demons. I have to conclude by saying that what you come to see would have been avoided but for the area of the company operating in our area. They don't supervise of their work effectively.
As they have addressed that any other
Hey, you need to control the voice.
For me?
No, let's take one question inside.
Right here in Comcom community of Oyigbo local government area in Rivers State, where the lawmaker representing the constituency brought the matter at the floor of the House precisely 2 weeks now, talking about the vandalization and vandalism constantly carried out by the communities. Now we're here at the scene of where the vandalism was carried out, and the communities are calling for government. They're calling to the executive arm of government to look into the matter and urgently swift into action to the benefit of all and sundry. As you can see, the environment is very swampy, where so many lives and properties got lost along the line. They had the guts.
That was very.
So can you imagine all this, something like mango, right? Inside. Access to this place, and I'm made to understand there are too many flanks, maybe 2-3 flanks that would lead to the point where the entire thing happened. They will pass through the railway flank to this place, and we've seen a whole lot of vegetation being destroyed. And I'm sure we're citing a particular point there where they assume where the pipes are being laid. This is an on-the-spot assessment of the whole thing, and I think with this assessment it will help us to a very great extent to arrive and do proper investigation to this issue, to give a very robust resolution to that effect as demanded by the House. So I think we will not waste much time because we have seen the spot. And I will call on the community to be calm. I will call on the entire citizens of this area to be calm. We've seen it, and we will do the needful to make sure that, including the vegetations and the lives that are lost, we're going to look into all those to make sure the proper resolution and decision is taken to put bed to this kind of situations in the near future.
My name is High Chief Samuel N. Azu. I am the paramount ruler of this community. Well, what I have to say is that your visit is making the second people that have visited this place. The first people are the National Assembly. Today is House of Rep. They are here in person, seeing it. And for the fact that this community is a very peaceful community, and that is why you are meeting this kind of situation, this kind of atmosphere. If not so, as I speak to you, you will not even try to have joined that main road down to this place we are. You will not even do it at all. But because we are Christians, we believe in God and worship God, we allow God to take his own decision. Look at life that has lost. Look at properties that is lost. And up to this time, the NNPC, you call them PPMC, and what have you, has never made any attempt to say, let us go and see the family of the victims. Or the community is safe. And the fact that we are nobody. And their pipe, they have come to amend it. And the petrol, what do you call it, is running as I speak to you now, it's running. And we left it. Look at what is happening at Asalitro. When the people say no, even when the federal government has spoke, what we want to assure you people is that if nothing is done, believe me, we will do something. Because when a man is pushed to the wall, it's rather resist or find his way from there. We will not find our way. This is our community. We must stand and make sure we defend and protect the interests of the people here. What we are talking is not any other thing than human being. But there's a lot, over 100 and something persons is losing their life here. People who came in that early morning to tap Tombo, people came to farm. People, some houses are cracked. And they are also asking God, what would they do? And God is you and me, and the honorable chairman and members that are here. Please, you people should let government know that the people of Kongkong community in River State, we are peaceful people and we are gentlemen, and we want peace to reign and want something to be done for the interests of Nigeria. If not so, this pipe, we will continue to cut it. I put it to you, because we are not allowed this petrol to run, and when nothing is done and they are passing through, just imagine the level of poverty in the area you came in. The level of poverty, people living around here, and you tell us vandalization or no vandalization. Who will ever stay and see water, borehole, that burst in this area and has no water, he will not go and fetch it? Who will ever see it? Where has it ever happened?
Nobody.
So what we are saying is that this is out of negligence by the PPMS and the NPC. It's a negligence. This pipe has lasted 30-something years. It was laid in 1982 by Spielbart. And their law is that after 5 years they need to do what? Change the pipes. They have not done that up to this moment. As if this thing had done, I wrote I wrote to House of Assembly. They were invited, they didn't come. And up to this moment, they have not come to see the community. No relief, no visit, no nothing. And they felt that the people have nobody. Thank God we have our brother who is right there in the house that are just play our voice. Voice of person that has no person. And today he has made that voice to be raised there. And that's why you people are here. Even also, nobody will look here, nobody will come. But today, if you people are going, put it in record that the primary ruler say, if they do not come and do something, we will do something. That thing we will do remain between we and God. Thank you and God bless you.
We are very responsible and responsive legislature. I know that certain lives have been lost here. And I will crave that all of us, if you have a cap, you remove it. Let's give 1 minute silence to our men and women who have lost their lives in this place.
God bless you, sir.
That is very procedural. There is nothing that is classified as far as the legislature is concerned. And there is nothing we cannot unravel. There is nobody, the highest person in this country is Mr. President. And if we want to see him and invite him, I know that he will submit himself to the legislature. And if that is the case, I know quite well that all the institutions and agencies that are involved in this will interface and engage them. And we'll tell you that at the end of the day, we'll get to the end of this, not for now alone, so that in future, such things will not happen. But I assure you, just be calm by the special grace of God. The Ninth Assembly is an assembly that is quite outstanding. Ninth Assembly led by our Speaker, Wajabi Amila, an experienced legislator. I assure you that we are coming out strong as far as this issue is concerned. All we need from you is just to be calm. And you know that the procedure in the government is not something that is it's a firebrand approach. It takes a little time, and at the end of the day, they would like to institute and establish a lasting solution. And lasting solution doesn't come just by the scratch of the matches. It takes a little time, and by the time the government follow all the procedures and processes, they come back with a more lasting solution, and that is exactly what we're looking for. Like he mentioned now, I do not want to go into that about how long the pipe, how old the pipe has stayed. We are going to look into all those. We are going to look into the existing laws. We must reconcile and marry all the necessary information that will be available to us to make sure that every institution and agency that is part of this will definitely unravel the facts and work along with it. So whether it is ruptured, whether it is vandalization, that is why it's called an investigative panel. And we're here to do the needful, and we'll do the needful when the time comes. Thank you so much.
Well, let me use this opportunity to thank the Speaker of the Rivers Federal House of Representatives, Right Honorable Femi Wajabi-Amila, for giving expedite action and directive to the Ad-Hoc Committee, because remember this motion was moved, it came under matters of urgent national importance, and immediately the Speaker constituted an Ad-Hoc Committee. That is why we are here. So for me, it's a response to the cry of my people, as you can see expressed in their face through the traditional rulers, the council members, youth, everybody. My primary ruler has said it. Our people are very peaceful people. It is because of our peaceful disposition and nature that is making, perhaps, I dare say, the neglect or negligence by institutions that are carrying out operations in our land. But I thank God today that the National Assembly has responded to the call and yearning of my people. So I'm pleased, I'm happy, because I have capable members, honorable members who have come to do justice. I'm the mover of the motion and incidentally representative of this very community, local government and the federal constituency. And I know that with what we have seen is an investigative committee. Every stakeholder involved will be called, and the investigations will be carried out, and they will come up with a resolution. And I believe that justice at the end of the day will be done. So I'm happy with what we have done so far as a committee. I'm also a member of that committee. So I believe that my people, because I'm not going to be the judge over my own case, I will observe, I will be part of the processes that will come to the conclusion of this committee and the report. And I believe that justice will be done, whether it is vandalization, whether it is rupture or negligence on the part of the operators. That will be determined through the investigation of this committee. Let me use this platform to continue to tell our people to remain peaceful, because there is no gain in violence. Because if we take the laws into our hands, we will attract the wrath of the government. Yes, we are the receiving end right now, as has been the case always. It is because someone from this place is in the National Assembly. That is why the attention of the government was brought to this place. Because in the past, we've had cases of fire explosion, pipeline explosion, people die in their numbers, and nobody comes because they will label it vandalization. But in this case and this time, we want to determine what is the cause so that justice can be served and be done to my people. Because I believe, in my own perspective and according to my people, from the report that we've gathered, that it is negligence, but it is for the committee to determine that. So I want to ask my people to continue to be peaceful and wait for the outcome of the resolution of the National Assembly. Thank God the Senate is also involved in this matter, and the House of Rep. They are two independent houses, and they are carried out their investigations independently, and at the end of the day will come up with a resolution that will be good for everybody, for all Nigerians. So I want to again ask my people to be peaceful and plead with the paramount ruler, the youth leaders, and everybody, including the council chairman. Let us continue to conduct ourselves in such a way, believing that there are people who are handling this matter. I am the National Assembly, and I believe it, my members and my colleagues, that what is needful will be done at the end of the day. It will not take too long, because the motion we are mandated to investigate and report back to the House in 4 weeks. I want to mention this. So we have started. The people should be very, very calm. And also in that prayers, there was a prayer that NEMA should immediately intervene with relief materials. So I want to plead, of course, I know my chairman will do the needful to ensure that we bring that NEMA here to what they can do to ameliorate the suffering of the victims and those that are involved while pending the outcome of the resolution. As we do that, I believe that at the end of the day, all of us will be happy for it. Thank you very much.
And the legislators who were here, 11-man committee, actually came here. And of course, their legislative findings, they promised that in few weeks from now, the executive arm of government should be able to do matters that will definitely attract positive measures on this particular vicinity. Here in Comcom community, Oyigbo local government area, Sandra Michaels reporting.